If you guys subscribe right now, I'll feed you a fucking donut. Look how fucking good those look, man. Why, hello there all you little squishy femboys. And if you're not squishy yet, you should subscribe so I can come feed you a donut and then you'll be squishy. How long do you think I can spin this fidget spinner on my iron bruiser? Ah! Now this video is going to be a bit of a different video despite being called Femboy MILKIES. I do that so that people click on this video. Because the algorithm so far has told me that if I name something Femboy Milk, people click on that. God knows why. But if you guys do want to see some milky thigh content, then make sure to leave a like down in the... Make sure to leave a like, a comment, and maybe a subscription down there so I know. And maybe in my next video, I'll get the thighs out. We've got to get a like goal of at least 100 likes if you guys want to see the chunky thighs again. But today, I have a very fun and exciting story for you guys. And a story that I've been wanting to talk about for a while. And I just need a way to vent it out because it was so fucking cool. So consider this a kind of Femboy Milky story time. And I really should have put makeup on for this. But the only reason I haven't is because I've got uni tomorrow. And I don't fancy going in wearing eyeliner. Then the link for this hoodie will also be down in the description. That's me. Supposedly. So I don't know what I'm going to do for my title yet or my thumbnail, but depending on what I do you might have already guessed what this video could or is about. And I just want to say right now, just so I can keep my monetization, that I don't condone the use of drugs whatsoever. Drugs are bad, despite that being in contradiction to what I'm going to say later. But drugs are bad, kids, don't do it. And if you are going to do them responsibly. It's highlighters as well, so you can like highlight whilst you're fidgeting. Don't fidget in class. Also, apologies for background noise. I've got my window open because I'm overheating here right now. And I don't fancy being naked on camera again. But if you do want to see that, then you can go check out my OnlyFans. But anyway, enough rambling. Let's get into this story time. So there's been a reason why I've been a bit more inactive on social media recently. That's because I needed a bit of a detox, let's say. Because uni's been annoying and spending most of my time scrolling through TikTok to find funny cat pictures is, you know, kind of drained me a wee bit. I needed a bit more social interaction. So I said to my friend, why don't we go on a walk? Why don't we go on a lovely little hike? And there was this beautiful place in Scotland. Anyone who lives in the UK, you know the Cairngorms it's called. It's like the prettiest place in Scotland. I'll throw a few pictures up that I've taken from my times there. Very pretty place. So I thought, you know what, it's coming into kind of the warm season now. I think I'll suggest to go there because my friend can drive. He's got a vroom vroom. So we were sitting in the vroom vroom playing music. I think we put on Cheepy Cheepy Chappa Chappa for most of it. However, the thing that didn't really catch my attention that much was the fact that he asked me to get up at 10 in the morning. Which I didn't think was weird. I just thought it was annoying because it was like, I don't normally get up at this time. This is strange. My brain wasn't like on right now and I was to make sandwiches. So by, you know, process of laziness, I decided I'll just bring some bread and salami. And then it's technically a sandwich, right? It's just making the sandwiches. I thought it'd be more fun to make them together. Shower, wank, dressed. My original idea for this week's video was to legit just do an entire video on like femboy thighs, and I was gonna like wear my skirt for it, but we'll save that for next week if this video does well enough. So yeah, got up at 10 in the morning, put my packet of bread and my salami in my bag, and I think toffee and like other snacks. I got some melon water because I like melon water. And on the drive there, I didn't realize that the reason for getting up this early was so that we could take LSD. But Spooksy, we are innocent young femboys. We do not know of what LSD is. Well, I'm glad you asked, silly squishy boy. Basically, long story short, it's a hallucinogenic. And the reason we got up that early to take it is because apparently it lasts a few hours. I've never done it before, so this is pretty much my first time. Kicking myself when I realised there was a hill that we had to climb, because my little legs don't go that fast. I was too soft and squishy for this. I still am soft and squishy. Squish, squish. So, I was having mixed feelings, because there's like definitely things in my life I wanted to try and improve. Like my motivation for for starters. So already being able to go on a walk was like, I was already excited, but knowing that it was going to be a kind of special walk, oh. So we took the little tabs in the car. So if, for you people who don't know, which hopefully is a majority of you, because I am protective of my little femboy community, I don't want to know that you guys are doing naughty things. And then we've got Hamster who flies planes, and we've got Aki who is German. Actually, come to think of it, most of you are kind of, fucked as is. Took the little tab thing, it was like a little bit of paper, and basically put in your tongue to let it dissolve. Then we started walking. So, yeah, nothing really happened that much when, like, actually walking, because there was this pyramid, right? And I don't know, God knows why there's a fucking pyramid in Scotland, we don't question it, it's just a fucking pyramid. Big, tall, pointy pyramid. So that was like our midway marker, and I thought it'd be funny to have this entire journey until the pyramid discussing Maiato the Shadow Bear. Now, don't ask me where this came from, I just thought it would be funny to come up with a funny story. Oh, sorry there. Or something that I was excited to see, and I thought it'd be funny to make up a random animal and call it the Shadow Bear. So, Maiato the Shadow Bear was my kind of spirit animal I was wanting to meet on this journey. And I can't say I wasn't disappointed, because it basically took us an hour to get to the pyramid, and I didn't feel anything. And I was like, well, fuck. What happens if my entire life is just like this anyway? Like, what happens if I am high and I'm just not feeling anything because I'm always like this? That would explain so much. Oh. But yeah, most of the first hour of this was talking about Maiato the Shadow Bear. So then I thought it'd be such a great idea to take a second tab. That was a bad idea. I probably should have waited a bit longer for the first one to kick in before taking the second one, because I was exhausted at this point from walking up a hill. It wasn't even a long hill, it was just a small hill. I'm not unfit, I'm just squishy. So after taking my second one, we walked down a different way. So we're on like the other end of the park, and I'll show you a wee picture of what that was like. This is me walking with my new branch I found, which I wanted to use to pet Maiato the Shadow Bear. I'm going to meet the Shadow Bear, and I'm going to brush him. Basically walking along that path for quite a while until coming across like a big open area, and we'd see like the mountains. It felt like Lord of the Rings basically. I'll put some pictures here and here and here. It was pretty much just Lord of the Rings. I felt like I was a hobbit. I'm a little hobbit. They call me Dildo Baggins. And when we were walking basically back from this very open and beautiful area, all of a sudden it just felt like everything stopped for a second, and I looked up at the clouds. Those clouds were doing some abnormal shenanigans. So me and my friend just kind of stopped for a minute and just kind of watched it, and then I looked at my hand. I was like, fuck. Basically I could see the particles in my hand like moving around and doing this shit, and I don't know why. I was thinking I would like be freaking out by this point, because bearing in mind, first time doing LSD, I took 2 tabs of it. I don't know if that's a lot, but looked at my hand and it just, everything was moving and morphing. Like, I've never seen my hand look so fucking alive before. I look at it now and it's like, are you not doing anything? It's almost as if you can like see right through them. It was really fucking cool. So I was staring at my hand and like giggling, because I don't know why, but everything was just super funny. Like, I was sitting watching the clouds and it looked like Zeus was fighting, I don't know, whatever the other things were. It's so hard to explain now. But like, I saw like a cloud look like a bear, and I was like, shit, that's Maiato the Shadow Bear, he's actually there. So we basically sat and looked at the horizon for a bit, and then I looked to my right, and the entire forest was moving. Like, all the branches were kind of like tentacles, like wrapping around the other trees and shit. I was like, ah, it's Cthulhu. The forest is Cthulhu. Only logical answer. But I wasn't freaked out by it. I was surprisingly in love with everything. Like, everything, I started talking to, I think it was like, I was looking at the ground and I saw the ground like, more of, I was basically looking at a bunch of leaves. And to me, I saw the leaves like decay. and then regrow again, as if I was looking at the circle of life. And then I kind of like got down and I was like giggling at this little bit of sand because I was like, I saw what you did. I saw that, because it moved, and it was like Woody from Toy Story. When I looked at it, it was trying to stop. So I pointed at it and told it that he's a silly little guy. So my friend, I think, decided by that point he's not going to take any more because he's going to have to look after me for a bit. Let's just have a quick iron brew break. So we're basically walking back and everything just became so much more interesting. Like walking there, I'd walk past something which was like the most interesting thing. I'm shit at describing this, but bear with me. Get it, bear? Shadow bear! If you like and subscribe right now, Maiato the shadow bear won't come and eat you. So we're walking back down the path, basically. And I was enjoying this walk. This was a fun path to walk down. I was just looking left, seeing like the rock ship-shaped into like different formations, and I looked to my right and I saw the moss, which is pretty much breathing. And then out of like nowhere, I just saw a rock and my brain focused on it. Because this rock was special. In fact, I've got it here. So basically, I wrapped this up in my underwear because I wanted to protect it. Because this was my brush, which I wanted to pet Maiato with. And this was my rock, which I picked up. Now to you guys, this looks like just any old rock, but it's not. If you guys, he's a really silly guy, cracking some really funny jokes, but now he's dead because he's not doing anything. I think it's because when I held it, it was kind of some kind of skin colored-ish, and it kind of blended in so well with my hand, and I saw my vein in my hand connect to the rock, and then it started pulsing, like I could feel the rock's pulse. So I was like, shit, that's cool. Then my friend thought it'd be cool to mess with me, so he got his stick and shoved it in the ground. And I don't know, maybe because my expectations were heightened, I saw like water start to appear from the ground. It was like a magic stick. And as well as that, I accidentally saw a twig in like the ground, and I was like, this was like the funniest joke I'd ever pulled. And I was like, haha, that's a stick in the mud. Huh? And then I was like, yeah, I hate that stick in the mud. And then I kicked it, and then I felt so guilty for kicking the stick because its branch broke off. And I felt so upset, I started like crying. Because I just felt so guilty that I kicked his stick for no reason. He was just minding his own business. He wasn't doing anything. By the way, this wasn't like a bad trip or anything. This was like fantastic. This is like, it felt like I was in an episode of Adventure Time, basically. It felt like a little adventure for me that was going on. And I was like learning all these new things about everything, because if I could take anything away from it, it's like we walk through these things so often. If you live in the countryside, you're so used to just walking past a bunch of like trees and shit. But there's like so much life going on that we don't notice. Or don't... Ah, my iron brew! Definitely an eye-opener. But I came out of it with like more motivation to do stuff, and a lot happier as well. Ended up getting into a really cool song now. I'm gonna link like the playlist I was listening to down below, in case you guys want to listen to what I was listening to on the car journey back. Like, it kind of felt like the car was hovering, and we were like driving next to a river. So we were like driving with the river, and it was so cool. I also looked out my window and I saw the mountain like come to life. It was like a person lying down. And then I saw the entire circle of life go before me, and I was like, well, fuck. Definitely wanted to go swim in that river. Now, is it weird to be into skinny dipping? I may have done it once or twice in the past, but this would have been like the best time to do it. Also, as well as that, my dick looked so weird. It was like morphing in front of me. I was like, whoa. Which brings me on to like my biggest like question I had after this is, why the fuck is alcohol legal and this isn't? Genuinely, discussion to be had, because alcohol is the worst drug that could be legalized. It makes you feel shit, it makes you act like an idiot, completely destroys your health, is addictive. Well, that's already 4 bad naughty things. So did you know that picking a mushroom up off the ground is considered illegal? Not any mushroom. The specific magic ones. You know, the ones that make you go, wah! But no, I was with a really good friend when doing it. I was in a really pretty place when doing it. So, like, everything was just perfect. We had food as well, so we could just eat the food. I swear to God, like, the last thing I wanted to do was be on my phone or playing video games the only thing I wanted to do for like hours was stare at the clouds. That stuff was insane. I could have sat there all day and just stared. But if there was anything I could take from this, it was that I came out of that experience very positive, and I feel a lot more energized about this video, so hopefully it does well, you know? And I even have a rock to remember the adventure by. And yeah, it was really cool. But I will leave it there for you guys today because I am hungry and I've got donuts to eat. And you guys could have donuts to eat as well if you just subscribe. Like, think about it, why wouldn't you subscribe? Are you worried about people judging you for me coming up in your recommended? I understand that. And for you guys who are missing the thigh content, make sure to get this video to 100 likes and maybe next week. You never know. And I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend, and I will see you guys next time for next week's Femboy Friday. Goodbye, squishy boyos. Right, I'm off.